Hey good people, welcome to the Academy. Alright, here are the top 10 most inspiring websites and platforms to inspire your designs in 2017. So I break them down by different attributes like design, motion, UX, color, and the latest trends. So let's just go into it and then you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Now, these are not broken down, there's no order to it really. I just put them together and let's see how it goes. So the first one that I really like is Uber Design. Now I really like this. I don't know what it is. It's just the way they design it. It's just the whole branding. The whole branding is always on point. It's like you wouldn't think that it's a taxi company. It's there's so much more going on with their brand and everything going on with it. Like I really love the typography. I love the fonts that they're using. I love the simple thing to it, and just all these little aspects, right? It's like they got case studies here, and I think last video we talked about, I think we spoke about how this kind of design. Or is it one of the other videos? I'm not even sure. Anyway, it's simple, it's nice, and if you go to the case studies, see how it changes. It's just awesome. Yeah, load more. I love the way the stuff comes in. The motions, look at that. So just the different colors that they use in terms of when you're looking at the palette that they got. It's just grays, but then you have to know how to put the grays properly. It's like, oh my god, I had so much like problems trying to figure out this whole palette situation, what kind of colors that you use for certain things and different whatnot. Like it's an art, and you really have to dedicate your time to it. They got their so this is their accent color right here. That's what they're using. See, little things. It's always in the little things. Now let's take a look at what kind of fonts they're using. So okay, that's FF Clan Web Pro. I've never heard of that. And they're using one font, right? And then it is 64 pixels, and then this one is 16 pixels. So they got it nice. They got it nice going on there. And then if we go to the events, see how they space out their different things. It's like these boxes, and it's not really like rigid. It's kind of chaotic in a way, but it's designed that way. I mean, look at this, living out this little thing. That's rebellious, right? And then you go to team. Okay, this and that. So you see little elements like that I really like, and there's a lot of motion going on there. It's like a lot of really interesting. And then you got this little thing that's in your corner, this one right here. You see, it's just, it plays up in your peripheral vision, right? It's just those little touches, and that's why I love it. Now the next one we're gonna go to is oh no, that's not how you spell transfer. They need to buy that domain. Okay, this is one of the best. Okay, like I love it. Okay, I really love this platform, the way they designed it. I always come back for inspiration to it. It's so awesome, man. Like this, if you haven't used WeTransfer, right, this changes. These images, they change. They put different artists. I think you can even see, the artists are right here, and they cycle and they cycle and they cycle, right? And then another thing I love is this right here, the way it interacts with you, just the user experience of this. It's just so awesome, right? If I could just, okay. Yeah, and you hover on it, and then it brings up more information. Oh, you see that? Like, just a great experience, right? And then you click that, you click that, it tells you a bit more information, right? That's great user experience, right? And then you do that kind of thing. So if we say like info at journey.com. Oh no, my bad. Oh yes, email to, and then my email will be, right, will be Shanghai, and then oh yeah, I have to add the whole thing, don't I? Let's just say my cover, right? And then it changes, right? You got that. Let's see what's here. Oh, like just this little thing here, right? This little element, the way it interacts with you, there's so much going on there, and it's just that's what's there. You have the background information, and then of course you have this, which is secondary, right? You really want the people to be dealing with this sort of thing right here. You make it interesting, you make the user experience nice, flawless, right? You design it well. Again, you have the shadows, and then obviously if you want to find out more, you have this sort of thing going on, right? You have the animations, the graphics, and even just the colors that they use. Again, we're not using like full black, we're using just a really dark gray, right? And it works well with the background. It's warm, it's nice, it just works. Okay, so you have more information, you want help, and the way the motion, again, the way it interacts with you, right? It's just on point. It's on point, right? So that's why I love this. There's so much you do, but just right here, you don't need to scroll down or up or whatever. It's just right there, okay? Now the next one we're gonna go to is Stripe. Now, Stripe is beautiful. All right, they're going in with one of the latest trends that's going on right now, which I think is actually awesome, right? Is the gradients. Okay, they're doing the gradients and they do it really well. Okay, it's not just a single color, but then you can see the strategy is going from dark to light, but then also from blue to green, and it gets really like it gives you this kind of like feeling, right? It's like, oh wow, I don't know how to explain it. It's just nice, right? Again, you have different things here. You have different you see the just little things like that, the way when you hover on it, the animations, etc., the interactions when you get on that, and you click it, it presses down, it depresses. It's kind of like the same thing we were talking about in the other video, which if you haven't checked out, when we're actually designing a landing page, you should definitely check it out. We're talking a lot about these kind of buttons and how when you depress them, they go, when you press them, they depress, and all this kind of thing. And we even spoke about something like this, where you have like the buttons themselves, they really what do you call this? You see the type, the font? No, not the font. The casing. It's all of them. They're just capital on the button, and it's just good standard, good practice, right? And then you just have just your simple information here. But then another thing I like is their menu system, right? If you go in there, like really look at the way they use their colors. Their palette is really nice. It's on point. This, like the way they change the you have the different colors and for different things, and it just stands out. It works well, and all of the colors, they work really well with the background that's going on there. And then when you hover next, you see that, like that transition, just that nice transition, right? The animation right there, it's flawless. It's slick, right? It's just like, wow, like that. Look, it changes to what it is, what the information is in there, right? And then if we do something like that, let's see what happens there. Okay, so these are the blogs, This blog is pretty nice. It's got this whole thing going on, right? It's like there's no distractions, right? A lot of times you see all this kind of thing with the previous posts and you know, stuff like categories and all this blah blah blah, you know, and just sometimes it's really just do it. I just want to see the content. That's it, you know. Just show me the content and we're good to go, you know. And that's about it, right? Share it on there. Now before we do that, okay, let me actually resize this properly. Okay. All right. Now, you see how they're using this kind of thing, and it's different. And another thing, I mean, look at that. I've never seen something like that. Like I haven't seen it. It's just a feast for the eyes. I mean, how can you not use this this company? How can you not, after you're seeing this stuff right here, right? The use of color is so good. They went in with a different palette, and then they also went in with the different opacity, etc. It's just it's amazing. It's amazing, right? And again, pay attention to the different buttons, right? One is got the color, and then the other one is got the like either nothing, or the fill color is the text color, you know. Different things, different user journeys. So I think this website is awesome. The way they designed it is really cool. All right, now the next one we're gonna go to is Zero Financial. Now this is a banking app, but I've seen quite a few of them, especially ones with, you know, they're dealing with cards and stuff like this, and I get really impressed by what's already out there. Only a few of them have impressed me, but this one has impressed me. Although I hate waiting for the thing to load. I really hate that, but you can understand when you're looking at something like this. So rich, right? The accent color is on point. Now this whole split screen and the way your mouse kind of like affects what's going on behind here, that's just user experience, interactivity. It's on point, right? And then you have your early access right here, different types of buttons. You got that right there. Different hierarchies. Okay, this text is slightly not smaller, what do you call it, is slightly opaque than the main text and all this kind of thing. So simple, right? Perfect. Like just like that right there, what just happened is really cool. That's so cool. All right, that transition. All right, look at that, come back, and then it comes back again, right? It's just so interactive with you. Okay, and then you have your basic information, you know, and then it's just that the way it's designed, the way it is designed is on point, right? And you got all that going on, you know. It makes you keep scrolling down because the information, the content is engaging. It's engaging, right? Here you go. That's perfect. So that's another one that I really like, which I thought that, okay, this is on point. This is really nice. And then the other one, Femme Fatale. Now, I really like this. I like how it interacts, right? You see that, and it's just you're talking about art now. You know, this is like really a mixture of art and design, right? And typography, right? Look at that, right? And then the way it just goes like that, the way it interacts with you like this when you're scrolling. Because right now I'm scrolling, right? And then you get to see how every element on it is moving, and I mean, the letters, right? They're moving at different paces. I mean, come on, man. Like this is attention to detail, right? I just click that, and then you can see all these different little elements scrolling and whatnot, right? So simple. See the movie, beautiful, right? There we go. It's just lovely. It's just so nice, right? Here we go. Next project. All right, it keeps you going. You keep going at it, and there you go. About creative studio. So they really mixing the, like, this is, you have to design this. Look at that. Just look at that. Like, this is my mouse, right? It's like interacting with it. You get to see what's going on behind. It's just awesome, man. It's just crazy. It's just like, you get all this kind of thing. This is what when somebody says they got a creative agency, right? It has to be presented. It has to come through in your website. It has to come through your platform. Whatever you are showing that creativity, right? You have to show that you're creative. And there's different ways of doing it. Interactivity, the art itself, the typography, and all this kind of thing, right? There we go, projects, and then you got your contact, right? And how there's the parallax effect. So here you got parallax, and then you have editorial design, and you have motion, right? Look at that. That's so awesome, right? It's not traditional. It's not traditional. It looks chaotic, but it's awesome. It's parallax and it's awesome, right? It's a correct way of using parallax, in my opinion. Okay, because it shows you there's no conflict, right? So yeah, that's why I like that. Now the other one we're gonna go to is Nurture Digital. Now again, I'm not a fan of loading times. I have to be really, I'm patient if I need to be, but I don't like to wait more than 2 or 3 seconds. All right, but obviously when you're dealing with a website that's got a lot of designs, a lot of resources of design behind it, then of course you wait, right? But if you're trying to now this is one of the best ones I've seen. Like, just look at that. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Okay, we're dealing with editorial design. Okay, the way they're using their fonts, right? The fonts they're using, the spacing between the fonts and the bigger element. This is an N, right? This is editorial design, right? And then you have motion on that, and you have animation, right? It's just and this, what this is, it represents something. It represents something that's core to what they do. So it communicates this in an awesome way. Strategy, right? Research feeds into strategy, which feeds into creative, which feeds into production, which then feeds into distribution. That's what they do, right? This is awesome, right? Look at that, how Nurture works, and then you got that's pure editorial, and then you're mixing that with video, all right, of animation. That's just crazy. That. I mean, people are doing things out there. Like, I don't even understand why we're trying to be mediocre. Most of the times we just want to be mediocre, follow a certain types of rules that were there because of constraints that we had before. You know, we didn't have fast enough internet. We didn't have really fast computers. You know, mass scale. You know, so sometimes you want to do something really powerful, but then you are conscious of your client base, or maybe the people who are going to be seeing that, they might not see it in the way it's going to be. You know, we still have a lot of loading times, right? We still have that, but you know, now is not 2 years ago. 2 years ago was not 4 years ago. So like, I feel like we should just get creative. We should just, like, this is art. This is art, you know, and it's so inspiring. It's like, people are doing this. Well, why am I trying to do the basic kind of thing when people are doing something that's so, all right? You can see that the way the color changes, blah blah blah. Let's view case study. And here we go with the loading. Now this is one thing, that's the trade-off when you do something that, and that's one thing to pay attention to. When you know, when you do something this heavy, you have to take into consideration, are you trying to get like clients on your website who are going to, you're gonna get the job from them right there and then, or is it something just to showcase how creative that you are, you know, what kind of skills that you do, what, you know, so you have to really know why you're having a website, right? Now for a website like this that takes long, it's mostly to show you're trying to show maybe big agencies or something like this, that okay, or big companies, that this is what we do, this is what we can do, you know. So yes, they can wait because they know that the content is on point, you know. But then if you make somebody wait, and you and it's not worth the wait, then they most probably never gonna come back to your website. So when you do it, you have to justify it, and you know, the way to do that is, if that person comes back, or if that company, or that director who's in charge of, you know, whatever it is that made them come to you as a company, if that person comes back after it's got these crazy loading times, okay, this is just too much. No, even I have a limit, all right? But anyway, yes, I like that. Okay, I like the way they did it, but that loading time was just ridiculous, to be honest. Now I like that. You see, little things like that, and the typography, the editorial. It's like this is like a magazine. This is editorial design, right? You're taking editorial design into web development and web design. It's important, right? It's important that you understand this thing. It's awesome, right? I love it. It's so artistic, right? Now, the next one we're gonna go to is the photo knot. Let's check that out. Beautiful loader, one of the best loaders I've seen so far. Again, so beautifully designed. Look at that. I mean, like, why aren't you not doing this, right? Why aren't you not going crazy with your designing them perfectly? Look at that. Like, so interactive. This is on point. This is user experience. All right, these people care about how you feel about their website. They care, right? The most entertaining photo booth in outer space. Okay, beautiful animations, right? Beautiful parallax kind of situations going on there, and the use of yellow is on point. Is really good. I speak a lot about color, why certain companies use certain colors and all this kind of thing, right? So this is a creative thing, you know. You're talking about, look at that. That's just beautiful. That is awesome. And of course, you know, you care about your product. If you care about your product, the product that you want to sell, and you want to show something of it, you know, you have to design something really good. You have to design something Like that's the entry point. That's how people see your product. This is your shop front. Okay, how do you design your shop front? Okay, are you going to do what, for example, Louis Vuitton does? Because Louis Vuitton, like they really go in when they're doing their shop front. If you pass through a Louis Vuitton, if you know that they created a they took an art director, right, and they do themes, you know, different themes. And of course it's not just Louis Vuitton, but it's just Louis Vuitton. I passed through that, so I just it kept in my head because they had a really nice campaign going on. But of course it's many top brands. You have to pay attention, right? You have to really put up something that people will be like, whoa, you know, because nowadays people are so easily, like, you know, their attention span is going, you know, it's like there's so much out there. People's time is valuable, right? You want somebody to stick to where you were, then show them something that's on point. Okay, so that's why I really like this. It's on point, right? Now let's go to a portfolio, right? Now this is a portfolio site. Of course, many of you people out there, maybe you're a designer, you know, you want to present your work. You know, it's important to know what who your competition is out there in terms of like presenting your work. Now this is so that's why I put in portfolio work in here as well, so that you can see, right? There's many standard portfolios out there, but then if you have something that is captivating, right? Certain things, like for one, this is moving with my mouse and it's moving on its own. That's crazy, right? The interactions, okay, and it's right there, landing page, right? And then you look at that. It's so simple, but it's like it's awesome, right? There we go, right there. There you go. There you go. And then you have here visit lab, and then look at the way the buttons are. All right. So you go, you visit lab, and look at that. First thing you're greeted with, some 3D design, right? Enter the lab. Okay. This is all his 3D work, right? Beautiful, 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 right? Visit the experiment, right? I mean, you have to, like, look at this, okay? This is your shop front. This is you advertising what you do, right? People have to be captivated. Look at that. The interactivity, right? I'm holding down my mouse right now and I'm just interacting with this thing. It's gamified. Look at that. You go in and you're just like, wow, I didn't even see this before. Look at that. That's awesome. You get into it and then, you know, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's something that will keep somebody on your website for some time. Now, one share. Okay, now let's go into user experience. I really like this next one that we're gonna go into, because it really gets into an example of how to do perfect user experience. Now I think let's mute that.
Strangers to get that sweet apartment.
Let's hear that. Okay, so you got some background music there and you know, this kind of thing. Let's mute that. Alright, so what we said, what would you be willing to share in your immediate living environment long term? Select from the list to the right to find out how you stack up. Okay, so immediately doing something. This is not just a, you know, bullet point kind of thing, right? It's a different way to do it. Like, so if I say garden, it's like, really? Just one thing? Okay, maybe not. Maybe groceries. Oh, you must be an only child. It's interacting with you. It's like it's talking to you, right? Car makes sense. Yes. Okay. Wow, really? Not even the internet? You know, it's like, this kind of thing, you know. And then all right, so let's take a few of these, and then we get in there. It's nice. Okay, so now tell us a little bit more about yourself so we can have some more meaningful results. Okay, so I'm male. Which country do you live? UK, Ukraine. I live in the UK, but Ukraine is fine. Not really. Let's see how you stack up. Boom. Look at that. Some statistics here and there, all bold, and quite an interesting use of color as well, right? So this is a survey, right? I mean, when was the last time you took a survey that spoke to you when you did the survey? So it just shows the importance of that. Let's see. Okay. All right. And then let's go to the last one that we have on the list is Changeout.com. Alright, so this, I really like this. First of all, the animation is on point. The colors are great. The way the way it interacts with you is just, it's on point. This is a health. It's called mid-gout. Reintroducing a condition you thought you knew. Start your journey of discovery below. Let's just mute the okay, so we have view film, explore gout. So of course you have this interaction, and I hope you can hear the sound, because there's sound to this. I'm sure you can, but like, it's like you're in another world all of a sudden, right? And then we go in there, we explore it. Okay, meet gout. Okay, and you got better management. I mean, just awesome. Like the interactivity. So if we click on that, what happens? Okay, we go to these little points again. So look at that, right? This goes in the line of gamifying and all this kind of thing. You know, you click on that, you come back into it. This is 3D design, right? So you can do this sort of design if you have stuff like Maya 3D, or if you want an open source one, you can do it with what you call it, Blender 3D. So because these are all 3D, and then you wire it up with the website. So yeah, great, like the theme of it is so on point. This theme is just crazy, right? And then you carry on, you're exploring, okay, and you know, you meet the most prevalent form of inflammatory arthritis. Overall, 1.2% of adults are affected by gout in Europe, but this rises dramatically with age. Find out more, right? And then you find out more, and it's got more information, more statistics. Just the theme is still there, the background is still there. All right, so it's like, it's a beautiful way, it's beautifully designed, and it's right there. You're seeing it. This is one of the best design websites I've seen so far this year, definitely. You just interact with it, and you spend a lot of time on it. You spend a lot of time on it, and like, if you had a website like this, you best believe that the people who come to see you, who come to your website, I mean, will be spending a lot of time on it. So there we go. Those are the top 10 websites to inspire you for whatever projects that you're doing. So remember, different elements: the typography, animations, the themes, the colors, all that good stuff. Take it into account. Just remember, there's no reason why you should be mediocre or should be doing things in a mediocre way, just because everybody is doing it. You know, if you want to stand out, you know, and do things that make you stand out. All right, so As always, I'm Shingy, and I'll see you again next week. And don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and just hit a like. Um, Put a comment below if you like, to tell me what you think of the video, to tell me what you think of the the selections that we had, and and if there are other ones that you like which I probably missed, so just let me know. And from me, signing off until next time. Peace.